Hello and welcome back to Celly season. Right, we've got the match to talk about. Leeds United versus Arsenal. Should we really panic? Is everything okay? What is going on? Let's begin. Right, before I'm gonna talk about I'm not gonna talk about Arteta in this at all. I'm just gonna talk about the players and the match from what I've observed. I'm going to give the players my ratings, and I'm also going to highlight the positives from the match. I'm not gonna focus on the negatives because there was quite a few. I think we were quite lucky to get something from the game. Leno really kept us in it, and our defense were actually solid. We really improved from Villa, so that was a massive positive because I like defensive astuteness. I like it when teams can defend and know how to defend, and at the same time can play beautiful football. We're lacking the beautiful football part. That is the concern. It's not necessarily a negative, but it's just a concern. It's something that we should look to improve in the near future. But that's what I'm going to be talking about. But first, I want to begin by going back to the match that we played in the FA Cup against Leeds for the first time since Henry came and blew my voice box. Pause. Leeds coming into this match, they were on a losing streak. 4-1 against Palace, 4-1 against Leicester. So many things was going for us that in my head I was thinking we should take advantage of this. There are no fans at Ellen Road because if there were, we would have lost by 5 goals. Ellen Road, imagine them back in the Prem facing Arsenal, who they know they haven't beaten since their unbeaten season. Seriously, we should have got 3 points today. Honestly, I personally feel like we should have got 3 points. But going back to the match, to the match that Arsenal faced Leeds, where Reece Nelson actually got the winner in the 55th minute, and pretty much we saw the game out. I look at the stats and I'm really concerned. I'm really concerned now. Leeds had 58% of the possession, 59% of the possession, and Arsenal have 41% of the possession. Now, put any stats on their own do not really tell the whole story. You kind of have to combine it with other stats to kind of get a full picture. So when you bring in shots like shot on target, shots off target, and the total number of shots we've taken, it paints a different picture. You can see that both teams were wasteful in front. They were also both teams were also trying their best against each other. They were going at it. It was end to end, most likely, and that's what we saw. However, obviously Arsenal prevailed. They got the goal. I personally think the fans really got behind us, and it really gave the players a lot of confidence. So it worked out well, which adds on to my point that we really should take advantage. But going back to the chance, we had more clear-cut chances, which makes more sense as to why we got the goal. The more clear-cut chances you have, the more opportunities you have to score. So when you bring those stats in, you could see that Arsenal deserved to get something out of the game. They matched Leeds tactically, and they pretty much played their game. And the best way they did that, they know how, and they still managed to get the point away from them. The most encouraging part of that stat was the 42% possession, because we know how Arteta like to set up when it comes to teams that are really good with possession. Guardiola, Klopp, he has always surrendered position to those teams. He just plays on the counter. So I wasn't expecting that for today, but that's what we got. Today was a massive contrast, and it made me think, have we regressed at all? Because compared to the Saturday match, we drew 0-0. They had 66% of the possession. We had 34% of the possession. The most important stat I want to point you to is the passing percentage, the pass success percentage. They had a lot more. Which means that we fell off in trying to really intercept, really cut out their creation of chance, their passes, really trying to stifle them, really trying to hold them back. We failed at that front, and that's something that we didn't fail at in the first match. it's a call for concern because now we are in his second season. We are in Arteta's second season. I'm not going to talk about Mikel Arteta. That's another video. But we are in his second season, and now we are going worse than what we were. The team is not different. Look, in that match, we had who did we have starting? Right, in that match, yeah. In the Arsenal Leeds match in the FA Cup, we had Maisler in goal, Eiling, Berardi, K. Phillips, I don't know his name, Calvin Phillips, I think his name is, Harrison. Most of those guys played in this match. The difference was, I think Dallas started, Bamford was playing. But if you go into today's match, it's the same. It's pretty much the same thing. Eiling right back, Koch. Cooper was at the back. I don't think he played in that match. I think it was Ben White. But even with that, he was still on the bench, so he was still part of the setup. This team has not changed, but we have. That's the thing. We have brought in more players. Holding, Gabriel. Sorry, not Holding. He wasn't playing, but Gabriel wasn't there. Ceballos wasn't there for the match. Xhaka was. Pepe came on as a sub. And Willian wasn't there. So we've brought in new players. They brought in, I think, Rafinha is anyone that they have brought in. And when I look at that, they have brought in only Rafinha and Rodrigo, I believe. I believe just those two. I believe. But when I compare and contrast the two, Arsenal should be getting more out of this match because of the personnel that they have. You can maybe argue they need time to gel, but I don't understand how you can field a much worse side, I personally think, in Socrates, who's not even getting into the team now. Luis has been dropped, and then you got Rob Holding, who was only brought in after Luis was dropped. I believe after his mistake against Sheffield United, he was brought in. Kolasinac is not even getting into the team. Guendouzi is not even here. Ozil we know what's happening with him. Nelson didn't even start. Lacazette didn't even start. So how do you go from resting all those? Martinelli didn't come on the bench, by the way. So how do you go from resting those players and then bring in what is supposed to be your best team, and then you're still not having some kind of foothold in the game? That is the concern. Ben Leno didn't play in that match. Martinez did, because he was our second string keeper. We need to remember that. This is going out to those that actually believe that Martinez is better than Leno. Punch yourself in the face really hard, because there's no comparison here to be had. Regardless, he's the one that actually kept us in the game. That being said, defensively we were brilliant. I can't praise them enough, in all fairness. I think Holding and Gabriel are really starting to mesh together really well now. I believe Gabriel, there is nothing. He is such an exciting prospect. It's actually unreal. I love the fact that we're actually starting to build the defense around him, because he hasn't been dropped at all. He's actually started a lot of, if not all, the games for us this season. And I want to see more of that. Maybe we can keep rotating Holding and Saliba. I want Saliba in that team. I don't know why he's not in that team. For someone who had, according to the Athletic, that had a true tackle success rate that was bested. He was the best in the whole of Europe, and he was playing for Senatio in League One, and he's not even getting into this team. I don't understand that. I don't quite understand that, but Arteta knows, so I'll leave him to it. I personally didn't want Willian to start. I personally think Nelson should have started. I'm gonna play a couple of clips because, in all fairness, I think there were a lot of positives to take away from the match, and I'm gonna show one of the positives. This is the chance that we had on the counter. We woke up in the 80th minute. I don't know if that was Arteta's plan, to sit back and then really start playing and really start injecting pace into the side when it's late on in the game. Perhaps that was the plan, but honestly, if we did that, and if we did that all game, we would have got something out of this match. And in all fairness, Leeds actually stood off, so maybe that was the game plan. I don't know, but this was this break is the is the hope that I have, and say, okay, cool, we need to actually not panic here. This transition, look, Leeds were on the attack. Now we got the ball back. Aubameyang, first and foremost, I want to know, why is Aubameyang so deep again? He's always so deep. I don't know why our target man, who is so quick, is not on the last man, and yet we play a counter-attacking game. This is the problem that we have. We have a transition problem. Aubameyang is behind Bukayo Saka. He's behind him as he's spearheading the attack. Surely it will be more beneficial for someone of Aubameyang's pace to pressurize Cooper and stay on that last man. Just stay on that last line. No defender, no sane defender is gonna go up anymore if they see that a striker is on the line, because that is the last call for offside. Once you are in your own half, you're not offside anymore. So no defender is gonna follow Aubameyang. No defender is gonna go further up if they see that Aubameyang is brought much deeper. I do understand the counter argument of he could be drawing them out so that the wingers could exploit it. But again, we're not playing we're not holding anyone up as outlets so that we can actually launch a counter attack. We are too deep, and this is a concern. But with this counter attack, I was really happy because it shows that it's not a personnel issue. It shows that it's an issue that is more rooted in how much is Arteta actually communicating over to his players, and how much are they actually receiving his message. Because if he's actually telling Aubameyang, go deep, so deep, then he's flawed. I don't know. In my opinion, it's flawed that you are such a striker, and you're not leaving on the last man. But let's say he is telling him to go deep. I don't see the wingers being used as an outlet either. Everyone is back. Everyone is deep. You can't have it both ways. You need to choose, because if Willian and who was playing on the right? Yeah, if Willian and Pepe are gonna go deep and cover Bellerin so that he can move inside and provide extra cover for the defenders, you need to have someone to move through the channels. Aubameyang can do that, but I don't know why he's not trusted to do that. That is baffling to me. It's absolutely baffling to me. But I'm gonna continue with the play. Saka done well. Saka done so well. Aubameyang was able to catch up with the play, and this should not be a penalty. It should have been a penalty. It's clear, but I don't know. Referee says no, so yeah. But I thought it was penalty. His hand was not. That's not a natural position for a hand to be in, and he actually. I don't get it. But I thought Leeds were really good defensively, but I don't think Arsenal challenged them enough. I don't think Arsenal tried to use the pace that they had at their disposal that Leeds would not have been able to manage and hold behind. But again, I don't know. I'm blinking in my understanding. Arteta is the coach. He knows a lot more than me. I'm just looking at things and I'm offering ideas. I'm spitballing ideas and thinking maybe we should do this, maybe we should do that. Maybe he's noticed that, okay, maybe he's not doing that because he's noticed, okay, if we get caught with these men on the counter, he's gonna double up. So maybe he's thinking like that. But you can counteract that by just leaving Aubameyang up. You need to leave somebody up if you're gonna play counter-attacking. It doesn't make sense playing counter-attacking with everyone deep. That's pretty much it. The ratings, in all fairness, I pretty much thought that the players done so well. Especially the defenders. I gave Leno a 7.7. I gave Bellerin 7.1. I think he really improved. Really, after Grealish barged him, I think he really gave him a reality check. Holding played all right. I felt the partnership is getting better with Gabriel. I also want to rate as well Tierney. He was also superb on the left. Aubameyang was a bit disappointing. In all fairness, I don't think he picked up enough positions. I don't think he pressurized them a lot. But I'm not putting a lot on him because he is our only outlet. he is, and he's not being used as an outlet. That's the issue. You know, I can't blame the players now. It shows me that all of this is not a personnel issue. I think we have the personnel. You don't need the person. Wenger proved you don't need the personnel to actually play good, expansive, attacking football. Wenger proved that you don't need the personnel to win a trophy. He's won the FA Cup 3 times with our worst team in forever. So, in all fairness, what I'm seeing now is more of a messaging issue. It's something, are the players not responding well to him? Are they now saying, no, you suck, you have stretched us thin, and now you're relying on Willian, who is not even playing well, over someone else who is playing well? What are you trying to tell me? Am I not good enough now? I don't know how people are thinking in that dressing room. I don't know if Arteta is actually telling them, yo, Arteta, stay up. Oh, sorry. I don't know if Arteta is telling them, yo, Aubameyang, stay up. We need you as an outlet. You two wingers, drop deep so that you can stop the overloads, because Bielsa love to do that. And then Aubameyang goes on the pitch and goes deep. I don't know. We would never know how much we would have played, how well we would have played if we would have got something if it wasn't for the red card. There's so much that's up in the air. But the fact that we got a point in a game that really was heavily skewed against us, I'm really proud of that. I'm really happy with that, in all fairness. And that brings a conclusion to my video. I'm actually working on a video where I'm looking at Arsenal's transfer targets. I'm going to do a separate video for that. I'm going to look at Arteta's performance. It's really things actually change. I'm going to actually do a video on that. So this is a good time to subscribe to the channel. This is a good time to like our videos. This is going to share our videos and get people on board. I hope that you guys enjoyed this content, and I hope to see you on the next one. Have a good day and peace.